Hello, and welcome to another episode of QUTV. I'm Chairtye Boyd.
And I'm Sarah Valknut. Today on QTV, from cell phone use in the classroom to the best possible ways to write a research paper, we've got you covered on end-of-the-year preparations and ways you can properly get a tan without damaging your skin. But first, according to the Huffington Post, nearly 6 billion people own cell phones. They are becoming a major part of society as technology continues to advance. However, the proper time to use a cell phone is becoming an issue as it may be affecting students' grades. I had the opportunity to talk to the Dean of Academic Support Services, Dr. Sumitra Ghosh, about how the use of cell phones in the classroom may affect students.
Cell phones have become a necessity for many students around the world. The Chicago Tribune recently posted an article that shows the results of studies relating texting in class and lower GPAs. Cell phones provide a distraction for students when they should be paying attention. Dean of Academic Support Services, Dr. Sumitra Ghosh, talks about the effect of cell phone use in class.
If you're using the cell phone, if you're using the smartphone as an instrument of distraction, then that's a problem. That's certainly a problem. So for instance, if when the professor is lecturing or when there's discussion happening in class, if you are, and again, I'm not against Facebook or anything, but if you're on Facebook and you're engaged with that at that point and you're not really engaged with the classroom activity, then that's a problem. Then that's a hindrance.
In some cases, using a cell phone in class can have a more grave consequence. I sat down and talked to 4 nursing students who made it clear that by not paying attention during a lecture, an important lesson on care for an individual could be missed.
If you're not paying attention in lecture, to take notes.
Reflects most of my research grades.
Because a lot of times in lecture they'll include stuff that's not on their PowerPoints or in the book.
Yeah.
And if they test you on that, then
You're not paying attention.
you don't get the information at all.
Yeah. When you can be going through the test and be like, where did that question come from?
Yeah.
It's probably something
It's probably
that
something
you
we
missed in
didn't
class.
listen because we were on Facebook or we were Snapchatting.
In 2012, a researcher surveyed 1,800 students about how often they Facebook, instant message, email, text, search online, and talk on the phone in class. Among the results, 69% of students reported they had texted in class, and students who texted or used Facebook more frequently in class had lower overall semester GPAs. However, while cell phone use can be harmful to academics, Dr. Ghosh also reveals how a cell phone could be helpful.
If you are using your cell phone to participate in educational activities, that I think is fantastic, because cell phones, as I was saying, smartphones now have computer-like capabilities. So if you're using that to participate in, a class presentation, if you're researching something, if you're looking something up that relates to what is being discussed in class at that point, then you're using the cell phone as a device to access information that connects you to classroom.
Making that decision to put your cell phone away during class could help you raise your GPA. While cell phones are beneficial in everyday life, the classroom may not be the best place to use them.
Before you know it, the fall semester will be here. Make sure you know how and when to apply for housing. On Monday, April 7th, after 12 p.m., students may submit the housing application. You will receive an email afterwards with instructions on what to do next. Applications are due by noon on Thursday, the 17th. Monday, the 21st, the order and times of your housing selection will be emailed to you after 12 p.m. Tuesday, the 22nd through Thursday, the 24th is when you can select your space based on the assigned time you received in your email. For anyone who did not apply, applications will reopen Monday, the 30th. If you have any questions about the process, the head of Residence Life, Larissa Lavender, can answer those for you. Her office is located in Student Affairs.
The early weeks of April often act as the starting point for end-of-the-year projects. With different classes and assignments, the quality of work is often compromised. But have no fear. QUTV's Joshua Hale hit the books this week to show you how to create the perfect research paper. Josh?
Thanks, guys. I'm Joshua Hale here, on location at Brenner Library in the Catacombs of Books. Now, with the school year approaching at nonstop speed, many of you might be at a loss of how to start that monstrous research paper that's been peering its head around the corner the whole semester. But don't worry, because I'm here to help.
The first thing you want to do is figure out what the purpose of the paper is, and begin to do some background reading. The
The background reading can help you get a better idea of certain areas before deciding exactly what you want your topics to be. Next, formulate some clear research questions based off of your chosen topic. Make sure you choose carefully. These questions will become the backbone of your paper. Once you've done that, then it's time to do your research. Quincy University's library holds countless of books on a number of topics that should prove useful. However, don't forget the great academic journal databases that can be found on the library's homepage. These sources are often shorter than books and allow for more specific sources. After finding the information that you need to use it together in order to create an argument. This will be the main body of your paper. And finally, after completing the first draft, go back and revise, checking spelling and grammar mistakes, as well as making sure your paper is written in the correct format. Well guys, there you have it, the QUTV crash course on how to write the perfect research paper. Now don't forget that if you have any other questions, consult your local librarian or your instructor. I don't know everything. Until next time, for QUTV, I'm Joshua Hale, on location.
Thanks, Josh. As graduation nears, students are preparing for student loan payments to kick in. They will have a 6-month grace period after graduation. Then loan services will start sending information about payment methods. The standard payment plan is monthly payments for 10 years. Other plans are available, like graduated and income-based plans that reduce initial payments but cost more in interest.
Everyone's situation is going to be different. One repayment plan may be good for one person, may not be good for another. Like I said, if you can manage the high monthly payments, the standard repayment plan will get it paid off the quickest. Some people look into consolidation as an option too, but that's going to be different from one person to another as well. If you are looking into consolidation, you just need to keep in mind that it takes the average of all the interest rates of your student loans and then adds it by 1/8%. So while it may be more convenient and easier payments, you're going to pay more interest in the long run as well with consolidation.
Networking is a big part of the professional world. As you venture off into your own, have you truly built strong network connections? Here in part 3 of our career building services, you will find out more. Here's a common situation that most oftentimes occurs. You are a graduating senior with no job positions lined up. Scrambling to find opportunities, you send out an email to everyone you've ever connected with asking for a job. You surprisingly don't hear back from any of your connections. But what's the problem? You never built a meaningful relationship within your network. Assistant Professor of Communication Travis Yates gave his opinion on the importance of building a network.
Your network is really, especially as a young professional, so critical to advancing your career. There will be opportunities that you have no idea exist until the people in your network come to you and say, hey, here's an opportunity that I think you might be interested in. The number of opportunities that you'll miss out on without building that network, they're so critical and things that you don't want to miss out on.
We also advise that when you are making connections, you have a resume and business card on hand. To get started with your business cards, visit vistaprint.com. As you continue to build your network, be sure to become a member on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a business-oriented social networking service in which you can strengthen and extend your existing network. Having a network is as crucial to your career as the job hunt. Professor Yates also gave his opinion on how to build your network.
Well, I think when students become upperclassmen, junior, senior year, it's time to start thinking more forward into your professional career and not so much about having a good time on campus. And to do that, taking advantage of people that you meet during your internships, taking advantage of opportunities to go to conferences when you get a chance, and then when you're in those internships, when you're at those conferences, meeting people, putting yourself out there, introducing yourself to people, both professionals and other students, because in a few years those other students are going to be professionals. So let's say you meet a like-minded individual going into the same field, you keep up to date with them through social media, and then in a few years you never know what type of connection that's going to lead to.
So remember to take your network under your wing and be prepared to take great care with it. You'll be surprised at how many opportunities it will lead to in the future. For TV hope you've enjoyed and can take away some helpful career building tips with our mini career building series. Now we go to Andy with sports. Andy?
Thanks, Charity. The KU baseball team recently experienced a nice spell of success after starting the season 1-9. The Hawks won 6 of their next 7 games, and that success has been attributed to a change among some of the team members. I caught up with sophomore Matt Merrick, who told me more about their reason for success. The KU Hawks baseball team had a start that was less than ideal. KU made a preseason trip to Arkansas, then hosted GLVC foe Lewis, and after that stretch of games, the Hawks were 1-9. KU was not happy, and a trio of players on the team, Matt Merrick, Cole Judy, and Zach Nisi, decided it was time for a change. That change was a bit unorthodox. It meant dropping their undershirts from their uniforms.
It all started when we started off on a bad start, going 1-9 in our first 10 games. And we kind of just halfway through our bad start, we decided, all right, let's change things up, wear no undershirt. No matter the temperature, cold or hot, we decided no undershirts. And we started winning, and we're just going to do it from here on out.
The change worked for the trio and the Hawks, as KU won 6 of their next 7 games. However, after that, KU has struggled and has given Merrick and the trio ideas of a new superstition.
We got to talk it through. We might do something different, maybe put undershirts on, change something else up, but that's something that we have to talk about just through the 3 of us right now.
Superstitions like this one aren't uncommon among baseball teams, and baseball players will seemingly try anything if it means getting a few W's.
There's superstitions in every level of baseball, every sport. I mean, people won't wear wrist tape, they won't, put sleeves on, wear eye black, wear sunglasses. They do certain prayers before games, certain walk-ups, certain things when they go up to bat, stuff like that. So it happens in every level of sport, every sport.
The trio decided that regardless of the weather, undershirts were a no-no. That meant sitting and playing through games where the temperatures were anywhere from 30 degrees to colder. For Merrick and the trio, the cold temperatures were well worth it.
Oh, it was freezing. I mean, thank God we have sleeves on to help us keep our arms a little warm, but the holes through the shirt, it was a little cold, but it's something that we got to do to take one for the team.
Their luck finally ran out after getting swept by Drury last weekend, but the baseball team looked to rebound against rival Truman State. They got a measure of redemption as they split with the Bulldogs, winning Game 1 3-1, but dropping the nightcap 2-1. In Game 1, Larry Sarton, Mitchell Broughton, and Dominic Miles drove in all 3 runs for the Hawks. Mark Niebrugge pitched 8 innings to get the win, and Matt Fishman picked up the save. In Game 2, freshman Graham Spraker had a no-hit bid into the 7th inning of a 7-inning game, but fell just short of the elusive no-no. With 2 outs in the top of the 7th, Spraker gave up a 2-run home run as the Hawks dropped the 2nd game. Drake Sykes picked up the RBI for KU. After dropping 7 straight games, the Lady Hawks got back on winning ways. They picked up 4 wins over the weekend, sweeping Drury 5-2 and 11-4, then sweeping Missouri SNT 3-2 and 10-3. Against SNT, they pounded out 4 home runs, giving them a GLVC leading 35 home runs on the year. Emma Tops had a home run in Game 1. In Game 2, Kelsey Lay had 2, and Rachel Scrum added another.
Thanks, Andy, for the sports update. Spring is here, and students are starting to prepare for summer by tanning. You might try to avoid it because you've heard all the negative effects of it, but did you know that tanning has some positive effects as well? General Manager Amber from Quincy's Tanning Unlimited sat down with one of our reporters to discuss this topic. According to the General Manager of Quincy Tanning Unlimited, when you are looking to tan before going on vacation, it's a good idea to start a month before you leave. You will want to go slow and switch between different beds so that your skin does not get used to it. Tanning exposes your skin to vitamin D, which can help protect it from burning. Amber said that burning is the absolute worst thing you can do to your skin, and that is the #1 cause of skin cancer. Tanning can be beneficial for other skin diseases as well, such as eczema and psoriasis. Tanning is even cheaper than you might expect. Amber said that college students can get a tanning package for as little as $27 a month.
Last Friday, an a cappella group that received some national TV exposure performed in the Hawk's Nest. Casual consists of 3 brothers and 1 cousin. They are from Atlanta and performed on NBC's America's Got Talent. After their success on the show, they started opening for many big pop stars like Nelly and Destiny's Child. The group says they sing, dance, write, and produce. If you would like to hear their songs or simply find out more information about them, you can find it all at casualmania.com.
Well, that's all we have for this week's episode of QUTV. Make sure you follow us on Facebook for all the latest campus news. For QUTV, I'm Chairtye Boyd.
And I'm Sarah Valkamp. Until next time, Hawks, keep soaring high. We'll leave you today with more from Casual's performance in the Hawks' Nest.